Hey everybody, SoFi is one of my favorite bank stocks. They reported earnings about a week ago. The numbers were fantastic, but we're not going to talk about the numbers. That was in a different video. It was posted to my channel a few days ago. Please check it out if you haven't already. We're going to talk about two major catalysts that I like for next year and beyond. So before we dive into that, please take a minute and click subscribe to my channel if you don't already, and check out the link you see on your screen, fool.com/Frankel. You can get the top 10 stocks to buy right now from the Motley Fool, my sponsor. They're the best. This is the best way to support this work I'm doing on YouTube. Again, fool.com/Frankel. So there's a lot to like about SoFi's business. They're growing their membership fast. They got over 9.3 million members in their ecosystem right now. Financial services products are growing very fast. That's things like checking accounts, savings accounts, credit cards, and brokerage accounts. And there's just a lot to like about how they're doing it. They're outperforming pretty much every expectation that they set. And I I couldn't be happier with how the bank's doing. I could be happier with how the stock's been, because it doesn't seem like the market's really rewarding their performance just yet. But I give it time. I think the stock is doing, or the company's doing just well. So in coming up in 2025 and beyond, there's a couple big reasons that I'm very optimistic about SoFi kind of being able to take its business to the next level. And one recent one that really stands out to me as a step in the right direction is the launch of two new credit cards. Now, the credit card business, I love when it's done right because it has a lot of potential for profitability. This is why Capital One, which is a credit card focused bank, has net interest margins more than double that of JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America, which have a more, are more focused on, mortgages and other types of loans. So the average credit card interest rate in the U.S. is about 25% right now, even when accounting for a reasonable default rate, and SoFi is roughly 4% cost of deposits. There's a lot of margin potential there. So SoFi's had a credit card for a long time. Now it's called the 2% unlimited card or something to that effect. But it's 2% unlimited cash back on all purchases, 3% reward rate on SoFi travel purchases. But a pretty basic card. There's a bunch of other cards on the market that are great 2% flat rate cashback cards. Some of those have annual fees, so this is a nice no annual fee one. But it's nothing particularly exciting. They launched two new credit cards. They announced them they launched them on October 9th. Currently, they're invitation only products, but they've expanded their credit card ecosystem from one product to three. The first one's called the SoFi Everyday Cash Rewards credit card, and it's designed honestly for people who eat out a lot. It pays 3% back at restaurants and food delivery services. It has that 2% cash back rate on grocery stores and convenience stores, and 1% back on everything else. The other one's called the SoFi Essential Credit Card, and that is designed kind of as a starter credit card or a card for someone who's rebuilding credit. It's not a rewards credit card. It does have that 3% back rate on SoFi travel purchases, but that's really it. There's no real rewards. It's really meant for people who just need a credit card to start rebuilding their credit, or just so they have a credit card in their wallet to use. So these aren't particularly unique credit card products. The SoFi Everyday Cash Rewards card, they're actually, in my opinion, better. Tiered rewards cards like that on the market. The Wells Fargo Autograph, for example, is one that I think actually has a better reward structure than the SoFi product. The Essential Credit Card it's somewhat of a unique product in that it's specifically designed for people rebuilding credit, and it's not a secured credit card. So it's somewhat unique in that respect. I don't see either of these being kind of runaway hits. None of the three SoFi credit cards are particularly unique or strong products, but this is a step in the right direction of them building out a credit card portfolio. You need to cover the basics before you can start throwing unique cards in there. They need just a regular cashback card because honestly, that's what most people want. They need a tiered rewards card because a lot of people like the extra categories of rewards and things like that. I would love to see them introduce some more unique high-end credit card products in the future. SoFi has historically prided itself on focusing on an affluent customer base. So why not offer a credit card that really caters to that? Think like the American Express Platinum. That's been a very, very successful credit card product, not only because it has, it caters to high-end customers, but because it has a lot of unique benefits. There aren't many other cards that have, $200 in free Uber rides every year or things like that. So I'd love to see SoFi kind of introduce higher end credit card products. I think they can make a lot of money from them, but this is definitely a great step in the right direction. Number two is their $2 billion loan, um, their loan deal that they have with Fortress Investment Group, where it's essentially a $2 billion loan platform agreement with Fortress Investment Funds. And this really helps SoFi grow its loan platform business. So there's really two sides to SoFi's loan business. There's a direct loan business where it's loaning its own capital. It has billions of dollars of personal loans on its balance sheet that were its own money that it hopes to sell to investors someday. And then it has its loan platform, which originates loans on behalf of other lenders and refers borrowers to other lenders. Now, the loan platform generates fee income. This is not interest income for SoFi, the way that a loan on its balance sheet would be, but this is, either referral fees or, just um, you know, some kind of servicing fee or things like that. It's fee income. So this one increases SoFi's capacity to loan money on its site. The last thing a lender wants to do is just stop approving loans altogether because they're out of money. And it really diversifies SoFi's revenue toward fee-based services, which is a big deal because fee-based services, one, it doesn't take any credit risk on these. If SoFi refers a loan to a third party or uses or on behalf of Fortress investors or whatever, they absorb the credit risk. SoFi just gets a fee no matter what happens with that loan. So it's a way to reduce risk. It doesn't need any extra capital it doesn't have to worry about capital ratios and things if it's just referring loans to other banks. And this is a really interesting development. I love to see them build out their fee models in addition to complement their traditional banking ecosystem. I'm really happy with what SoFi is doing right now, just in general. Like I said, none of their credit card products are especially unique. You can argue that their loan platform is pretty unique in the sense that it's rare that like a direct lender will emphasize referring loans to third parties. But it's really like they can kind of pick and choose what loans that they want and which ones they refer and things like that. So it's a really unique part of the business. Love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about SoFi's credit card business? Do you think they should build it out? Do you think it's a mistake? Because a lot of people have argued that way. And thanks for listening. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from the popular product Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by nearly 5 times. So go to fool.com/Frankel to get your 10 stock picks now. The Motley Fool Stock Advisor returns are 767% as of July 5th, 2024, and are measured against the S&P 500 returns of 163% as of July 5th, 2024.